Okay. There. So I'm still working with that filter, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't that the air conditioner isn't pulling up so much. Because the air definitely still needs to be on. It's very, 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 very um fucking hot in here. I am apparently no longer able to open my meeting. Did my like whole situation it's like just physically this week I am done. It's all from basically yesterday. A little bit this weekend, but pretty much just yesterday. Um, we took my grandson over the weekend to the Udvar Hazy Air and Space Museum, and he was to say he was excited would be a bit of an understatement. He was absolutely wild when he was there. As soon as we got into the place, we got there pretty much. We got there actually before opening. Um, we planned for a 3 hour car ride, and it was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. So we were there a few minutes early. Once we got in, my wife and my future son-in-law had to wait for bag check. They were both they both had bags. We didn't, so we just all walked through. And if you've ever been to the Udvar Hazy, as soon as you get through the main entrance area, you can start to see planes almost immediately. And we kind of push off to the side, and you can see if I'm looking into the main area of the museum, it'd be off to the left. So you can see off to that left area, or whatever, and he sees it. They're very old airplanes. They're like the old airplanes. And he just immediately starts like bugging out. He's Evan, Evan, Andy. That's what he always does when it's time for He wants you to do something for him. Andy. So he starts freaking out. We gotta wait for Bubby. We gotta wait for Daddy. Airplanes. Andy. All right, dude. Like chill. So we finally got him in there, and I mean he just fucking lost his mind. He just wanted to see everything, which is awesome. It was exactly what we were. The trying to put all these flowers. Trying not to paint over them, so make sure that they're good. The So we did that, like I said, and I mean we did about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so in there by the time we got done. We got lunch. Um, I took care of lunch, for everybody, and then my future son-in-law goes, well, we'll take care of dinner. No, you weren't. No, you would not. Like, damn it, man, taking care of these kids this weekend. My wife and I were just dead set on it. Like, there was no way there. So dinner, as soon as the lady starts coming with the bill, I just yanked it. And he was actually closer, but I still jumped like over his arms to get it. But anyway, and then we went to the National Zoo yesterday. Then we come home, and on Saturday, the piece I needed for my toilet had been delivered. So I was finally able to fix the toilet. The first fix did not work, though. I had missed something as far as sealing one little area goes. So it was spitting water out. Every time you flushed it, I was like, oh, nope, that won't do. So I had to take it apart again. I probably didn't have to take it all the way apart again, but I thought about something else that probably just would have made things a little more secure. So I did that. And so I got the toilet all put back together, and I called my plumber, who wasn't going to come till Wednesday, and told him, no, we don't need you anymore. I did it. It was funny that we were leaving the hotel, and I don't know what made me do it, but I opened up the toilet, the tank in the bathroom in the hotel we were staying at. Sure shit, it's the exact same model. I was like, damn, I could have saved money. I would have just stolen this one. And just going down the front desk. Like, I don't know what happened, man, but our toilet just stopped working. Like, it never really. Would have had to convince one of them to, like, my son or somebody to leave a big deuce in there. And be like, look, we used it, but we only got to use it the one time. Meanwhile, our bags would be dripping. The, But anyway, so I got the toilet fixed. And then today the processor came for the new computer. So I've assembled that. I was trying to get it loaded. I can't get the boot into its BIOS, so I'm having a hell of a time to just get it to read the startup. And it's more a matter, I think, of just trying to get that damn delete button hit at the right time to trigger it. I don't think it's a major... Everything's assembled and where it should be. This thing's decided it wants to do, but it's doing it right now. I'm not happy about it, but and then also tonight my daughter broke her phone. So I'm trying to deal with the computer, and then my daughter's phone breaks, and so now I gotta file a freight claim for her or whatever. Not freight claim. Damage claim or whatever. God, it's so shit. So they're gonna send something for us to send her phone in, then she can get the screen fixed or whatever. We decided to go without the loaner phone, because I figured by the time the loaner phone even gets here, because like it'll be a day or two. It's like, well, by the time it gets here, it's gonna be almost time to send it back. So you don't need it for a day. Nobody's told. It's worth noting too, though. My daughter got a new case. It doesn't have a little protected straight, face down fall. And she says to me, "Daddy, I gotta be careful with this thing. I don't want to. If I drop it straight down, it's gonna crack." It was like a week ago. Not even. I'm going to try to get prints up of the Hatter, some of the other ones. I'm so far behind when it comes to my website and stuff. It's like, I'm like running full tilt just to keep up with my paintings. It's like every time I finish, get near finishing another one, I gotta get ready for the next one, and I can't figure out what I got right away. I don't have a big plan, so used up everything I had thought of for this year so far. Now I'm just trying to put shit together. But I know I've had some people that are interested in the Hatter, so I'll try to get that one up first. On just Society 6, whatever. And onto my site. I don't know if anyone will be interested in buying it, but I wish I could figure out this computer. I don't know what's going on with it. Like, I really did. I mean, everything's in place. It lights up like it should. Everything's going, except for that damn. I can't get into the BIOS. I read something where people were like, "Oh, you know, you can't use the yeah, only use HDMI to start it. Don't use the visual. It's called. Looks like an HDMI, but just off slightly, you know. Don't use that one. Use just HDMI. Did that. Change the settings on my monitor because it's more higher resolution than this one is that I use for here. Like, okay, let me try that. Trying all sorts of stuff, and then like, but the window I think of time just to get that delete button down is milliseconds. I can't seem to get there. Sits there and freezes. Cooler's in there, right? It's in there. Good. I will say it was nice last night to sleep in my own bed again. That was it sounds like it's such a weird, like, you know, like, oh, you know, like sometimes when you come back from vacation, like, oh, it's nice to sleep in bed again. Or it's, you know, sometimes you come back with that, oh, I wish I was still on vacation shit. Man, it'd been about a week. Well, no, it's not a full week, but close enough to. It's like I had that issue Wednesday. I want to say it was Wednesday when I tried to fix the toilet originally and it failed on me. The part was perfect. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I still. Really wasn't. Just that once I pulled the old part out, which was also broken, there was no going back, so we were stuck. And I didn't realize the part I ordered was broken because there's no real way for me to know. A plumber. I thought I just had to assemble it, but I'm like, it's not assembly. I told my wife though, you know, I felt pride yesterday having assembled the toilet again, fixing it all. Like, all right, I did a good job. Yeah. But then I said, you know, I really feel like the closer that gets the win because they blew the save. Like, that's the best, you know, most accurate description I could have. It's like, you know, save situation would have been fixing the toilet the first time when it blew up. Oh. The getaway with the grandson was nice, so it gave me a little bit of time away from all that shit. He was really funny, but so. And he's such a goofball, right? Like we were at lunchtime, yeah, afterwards, and I mean he's just still flying on high from, you know, seeing all the F paints. And he's sitting at the table next to Andrew, and he you know, he's jabbering on and doing silly stuff and whatever. And at one point, Andrew gives him an Eskimo kiss. And Andy loves giving Eskimo kisses. Loves giving Eskimo kisses. To the point where, as the waiter went by, he leaned in. Like that towards somebody. Like, Andy, no Eskimo kiss to the waiter. There was a little family came in, little kid about Andy's age, sat down behind him. I mean, they were in the front of me with the tables angle. But he kept turning around trying to make friends with the little boy, and he was like, oh, you know, he wanted to go over and play with him. It's like, no, buddy, you can't. Like, we're still in the world of COVID. You can't do that. Again, if the audio's messed up, I do apologize. I'm trying to put this noise filter in. have my air conditioner running because it's stinking hot. It was nicer in Virginia than it was around here. I just don't get it. It's like, Jesus, man. Like yesterday at the zoo, it was a gorgeous day. The National Zoo is really a great zoo. I mean, it obviously, but its name implies it should be good. But if you ever get the chance to go, if you haven't been, I recommend it. Leave it. I mean, yesterday was even like a brief trip. We couldn't do everything. We just were like, okay, you know what? Let him see elephants. He's never actually seen an elephant. You know. And once he saw the elephants, I mean, this is probably gonna get loud, but so ever since my niece was little, we've entertained her. You know, what does an elephant say? And then I go, yeah. So, and ever since then, every child, you know, that's been born in the family since tries to do the elephant things. Andy's pretty good at it. Andy and actually my great nephew Kane, they both actually do it pretty well for being that they're a year old and some change. But it was funny because after that, every time he asked Andy what any animal voice was, he did the elephant voice. Let's see what green to start with. I gotta say, I do hope. I guess we're friends. I don't know how to explain the relationship really well with clarity, but this guy Nick I know from doing the Preston Steve comic because he works for MMR. So I know. Not name dropping, just explaining where I know. The he was hiking actually in Washington while they were on their vacation, and fell far. It sounds. He got messed up pretty bad. He posted a picture on Instagram, like his face jacked up, his eyes swollen shut. You know. He said he was blacked out for like an hour. Doesn't remember much. His girlfriend had to guide him out. Like it was a mess. So I'm glad he's well enough to talk about it, and hope he keeps getting better, because Nick's a fucking hell of a nice dude, and then like. Not that he'll even see this, because I know that he would not watch Elaine painting Twitch. But Nick, what was the thing you mentioned? I mean, you made it a point. Anybody sees this, can forward it. Bye. I want to make sure I call the brand right. Yeah, he has a Garmin InReach emergency beacon that they didn't bring with them. Nick, pack your goddamn... For real, man. Years ago, my friend Dawn went hiking with her father and her daughter Samantha. And I'm trying to think of Alex was with her. I don't remember if Alex was with her. Oh, dude, Four Gathers, thank you for the follow. I missed that. How the hell did I miss that? My apologies, but Four Gathers. I don't hear either. It's weird. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Must have been like right as I was going on. The they got like stranded while hiking. I forget exactly the circumstances to which it occurred, but thankfully her dad's a pretty experienced hiker, got able to take care of them. Or he was. I mean, he's passed away now. Passed away a few years ago. But he was he was experienced, and he knew how to handle the situation well. And I don't know if they had something, but it was a similar thing. Like no cell phone where they were. It was, you know, they were kind of out in the wilderness alone until they did get rescued at some point by, you know, I have no idea what you know, they're not like ski patrol or anything like that. I don't know what the hell, you know, what park services or whatever came and got them. So it's a very similar situation. Like it was, you know. So if you go hiking, pack the fucking beat. No, not really. Like, I don't get to listen to the Preston Steve show like I used to. I really wish I could. Because they used to make me actually sort of happy sometimes. But, I mean, you know, I still think about those guys a lot. And like I said, I would have been very distraught to have heard this situation was worse than it ended up being. So, anyway, enough of that. But, anyway, Nick, speedy recovery, man. That's all. I do apologize in case anybody came down, fucking stream yesterday. After the toilet situation and everything, I was so exhausted. I just was done. I was like, I just want to just not do anything. I came in here, I played the game Raft for a little bit. Got frustrated with it. Wasn't bad at it. On easy mode, my dude started to like, come on. You have to be a special kind of stupid to screw up easy mode on as far as I can tell. Made me feel like if somebody wanted to, they could have come up, shot me point blank in the head with a shotgun and missed spring. I gotta convince my wife to start weeding the garden before I start taking reference photos for our tulips next time. Brian, why can't you do it? Because I'm a moron when it comes to gardening. I've tried, man. I have tried. I will tell you, I have tried. It's the best I can do is explain that. I have tried to do things like in my yard and stuff to make it look good, and Like, when we first moved into this house, I was trying so desperately to make that lawn look good. It's the first time I had a lawn. It's mine, you know? But we had a lot of freaking ivy and weeds and shit like everywhere, and it was just like, oh man, nothing I could do seemed to. Weed killer was killing the grass. I was like, that can't work. So I just tore it all up, tore the shit out of it. All right, put down a bunch of seed. You know, it's supposed to be like the, you know, because we had a lot of trees around us, especially the neighbors' trees and stuff. So it was like, you know, the sun and shade combo stuff, whatever that you buy from Scott's, whatever. I got all the fertilizers for the different parts of this, you know, season, did all that shit. Like I said, I ripped up the whole, you know, huge portions of the lawn and reseeded and everything. And man, I had the best ivy and weeds you could possibly imagine grow from that. Grass didn't do shit. But all that shit I tore up somehow stuck around. And everything I put down was like, you missed watering us a week. For one weekend. So I don't do that anymore. I tried. Stupid, put the thing down. There we go. Don't think I have any videos from it. Long before I started on Twitch. I mean, literally, it was when I first started painting again. And I was super nervous to begin with anyway. I mean, terrified, to be honest. But the, when I did the first set of tulips, first painting back, part of my recovery or whatever, it's much bigger pieces, 24 by 36. But I think I might have some Russian shots somewhere. I mean, I wasn't even like posting on Facebook really. I didn't have Instagram, nothing at the time. It's just I had a friend who had asked if his kid could come and hang out in the studio and watch me paint. I was like, no, no. Shoot that one down right now. Yeah. I said my daughter read that. My oldest, and at the time she was 2017, right? So she was what, 19? 21. Yeah, 21. Yeah, maybe, well, a little under 21. She's probably 20 years old. She just looked at it like, I'm not allowed. Fuck. This kid was like 14 or whatever. He's allowed in the studio. So, that's when I first started taping. Like, you know, I tried recording it. I think one of my painting sessions, and then I tried to condense it, but the photo editing or video editing thing wanted to leave a big fucking watermark or pay $400. Like, nope. I am currently out of work for medical leave, so, and I'm fighting that medical to get it. So, nope. Not now. That's what it was at the time. Anyway, so I was like, all right, this isn't working. So I did start to stream live. I don't remember if I did it with the rest of that painting though, but I figured out later how to do it. But I'd like to. I almost want to go back to see how different I handled that versus this, or if I'm doing it very similarly. I don't remember. I mean, if I remember, I think well, I do remember I started on the flowers rather than starting in the back. That I do remember. Because then I remember sitting there going, I shouldn't have done it. Because then I had to paint around the flowers the whole time. So, trying to guard your line rather than being a little more loose into it. I try not to pay pencils too much, but at the same point, it's like, what do I do? I don't remember the comment, like what happened that my daughter, my youngest, got away with doing something like did something for her. I gave we were coming back from the zoo. That's right. We were leaving the zoo, and while we were in the hotel, I bought 2 bottles of soda, bought 2 bottles of Pepsi, like 20 ounce or whatever. I drank one, over the course of the day that we were there or whatever. And then we had the other one in the bag. Waters and shit. And as we were leaving the zoo, I was like, yeah, my wife goes, you want your Pepsi? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, is there any more Pepsis? There's no, it's just the one. She's like, you want a water? You want a Sprite? And she just gives this like pouty look, whatever. And I was like, fine, take the goddamn soda, whatever. And then I get in the car and got the water, which is probably what I should have had anyway. Get the water and get the car and just look at her and go, I spoil you children. And she goes, yeah, but you spoil Andy more. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm the grandfather. Like, so I looked at it, I was like, I have to turn you guys into, upright citizens eventually. Contributing members of society. My duty is to ruin him. And we're at the Ugar Hazy, and it's like, at the gift shop, Andrew holds up a couple of planes, and which one do you want? Oh. And he picks one, and then he grabbed the other, put the other one away. The first one he grabbed that down, then he grabbed the other. And they grabbed like this squishy space shuttle I found. Yeah, it's the kid's got the attention span of a 1.5-year-old. Um, and so I just bought them. Oh, well, Andrew took the shuttle and bought that for him. But I bought the other airplanes, and then I bought another two on top of that. Well, I bought an airplane and a helicopter. He didn't see the helicopter first. Once he saw it, he was like, oh. Airplane! Doesn't quite get the difference. But, so, I was like, dude. And they're like, I mean, they're $8 each, or whatever. They pull back and they go on the floor. Table or whatever, yeah. And then we were at the zoo, and they seem to have eliminated a number of their gift shops. Like they're just keeping everybody outside, which I mean, that's fine by me. I have no problem with that. Yeah, just to reduce the chance of spreading. So okay, that's cool. So we're waiting in line outside at the shop right as you're about to leave towards parking lot D. That's a parking lot D. And so near the tigers and lion. So that's like the primary ones. And but there's other things there, like little dolls and stuff. And Andy picked the doll of an elephant he wanted. But they were having some computer issues. In fact, there was a guy in front of Andrew that was checking out. Stepped away for a little bit because they were waiting on their manager or something to reset the computer or something. So Andrew got in line before me, and there was a lady who got in before me as well. So there's Andrew, this lady, me, and then there's somebody who's technically in front of Andrew that just wasn't standing there at the time. Andrew gets frustrated, steps out of line, and throws the elephant back. Now I'm still standing in line, not because I have increased patience. God knows I am an impatient person. I'm getting frustrated, I'm getting angry, you know, I was already aggravated from the toilet situation and the processor for this computer not coming in, you know, all week, like, I was watching my damn phone all weekend trying to figure out when my damn processor was coming. You know, shipped fucking week ago, no, 2 weeks ago almost. You know, so I'm someone who's very irritable already. But I was not given clearance from the wife to step out of line. She was over with the kids and everything. And Andrew went over and talked to him, and, you know, she did not give me, just get out of line, we're just go with it. So she comes over, and as she's coming over, the guy's actually getting shit taken. So he's ringing out the guy that had stepped away or whatever. And so I just looked at it and I was just like, get the fucking elephant! We get that and Andrew's like, you have more patience than I do. I don't have patience, I didn't get clearance. I get out of that line and somebody else jumps in there and everything gets straightened out, I'm gonna get fucking lit aplenty. I don't want it. Sophia wanted the t-shirt or sweater or whatever it was we bought. I don't remember. I do with my wife and I are gonna watch it. Doom Patrol doesn't back. We're watching Titans, but the next episode is until Thursday. Oh, was there? There might have been a Legends tomorrow. Maybe that's what we'll watch. That might be it. I think it airs on Sunday, so it should be. I'm gonna give a slight spoiler, and when I say slight, it literally is in the fucking trailers, so it's like not like it's a shocker in any way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna go into details of anything that happens. But I'm just giving a warning. You've seen a trailer, you already know a person I'm referencing, so it's not a big deal. Oh, correction, that's it. Ah! Fuck! I'm sure that was loud too. My bad. I brought this down so I could be closer and pick me up better without the fucking noise filter on. And it just ran my head into it. Anyhow, I'll say you need to know some basics in comics. Specifically, I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to do this, like the storyline surrounding the second Robin. What eventually he became, and how he became it, and all that stuff. And there's that. So there. There's your spoiler. As close as I'm going to go to a spoiler warning. All right, so they really seem to be rushing the Red Hood storyline, and I'm a little frustrated by that. I do like the show. They've taken some liberties that I necessarily would not have gone with, but they for the most part have made a lot of it make sense and had it develop. Naturally, I guess, like the fuck Batman thing when it first came out, like what they did, and they showed a very violent dick race. It's like, okay, like that was. It becomes justified for the storytelling, like like they did. It did make it make sense. And his arc brings that around a little bit, I think. In some ways, a little differently than the comics did it, but in a way that fit with the like when Robin became Nightwing, Dick Grayson became Nightwing. In the comics, it was much more about like, I got to step out from being Robin and being Bruce's shadow, But then he kind of did accept part of that as in becoming Nightwing, like. To the point that eventually, in the comics, he does eventually become Batman for a little while. That's not what I'm talking about. So like I said, they've taken liberties, but I've forgiven a good portion of them. I like what they did with like Hawk and Dove and those guys. They've done they made it all that makes sense. They made it work really well. They've been pretty true to a lot of origin stuff, and they did a hell of a good job on the costumes. I love the costume design on this fucking show. All that being said, the Red Hood storyline has been pushed really quickly. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if there's some sort of crisscross that happened with, like, you know, somewhere in the writer's room, something had to take place via, you know, weeks, and someone wrote hours or something. I don't know what happened. Something's gotten jacked up, and I'm having issues with it. Because it just right now doesn't make any sense. Yeah. When Jason Todd becomes Red Hood, it's literally happened over decades. I mean, now it's going to get very comic booky, because it's very comic booky explanation for how he came back to life. Jason Todd was beaten to death by the Joker in the story Death in the Family. So again, spoilers for 1987 or 88 comic book, something like that. When you're passing 30 years, it's no longer a spoiler. But anyway. His death was controversial at best, and involved if you're not familiar with it, involved a call-in number where you got to vote if Jason lived or died. Part of Jason's issues or whatever that the fans had with him was that when Jason was first introduced in the comics, he was literally a 100% Dick Grayson clone, to the point of he actually was an acrobat in the circus, and his parents were killed, and British took him in, and so when Crisis happened, they took that opportunity to reboot Jason and give him a completely different storyline. So he was a punk kid on the street that Batman caught him trying to steal the, wheels from the Batmobile. Literally, Batmobile lost its wheel. Anyway, Batman takes him under his wing, but he's always brash, he's hot-headed, he's, doesn't like to listen to Batman, he's just in general a big fucking douche. So, they went the exact opposite way with it, where people hated him because he was a 100% Dick Grayson clone, to they hate him because they went the opposite way and he's a douchebag. So he was voted to be killed. But there's been, almost immediately it was kind of came out that there was like somebody robo-dialed, basically. They had a, machine that basically spam called his death, and it was actually very close. So this person may have single-handedly been responsible for Jason Todd getting killed at the end of that comic. So fans were hit or miss on the Death in the Family. They thought it changed Batman in a weird way. And it eventually, though, did introduce Tim Drake, and he was a very, very good Robin. Who has, unfortunately, I don't know how to put it, gotten the shaft in recent years. He doesn't, like, they either put, Dick Grayson Robin in there, or it's almost immediately into Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. Like, I don't know why. Tim Drake got screwed. But anyway, because then if they get past, or they're going into the pushing Damien, it's another one. Instead, so they may have just skipped over Tim Drake and most of the media of Batman. But okay, so anyway, so like I said, Jason Todd died under controversial at best situation in real life, and but he stayed dead for a really long time. To some people, it was to the chagrin, but for the most part, everyone did eventually get to the point where they were like, it was good writing that kept him dead. Just because everyone's been so used to, Jean Grey dies, and 2 weeks later she's back. Like, it was Superman died, he came back, and so it was like it got to the point where people dying in comics was lazy because they were just going to come back anyway. So keeping Jason dead for as long as they did was like, oh, fucking hey, man, they're holding true to this. This is good. This is at least something. And then they didn't. They did I think a dry run of it, like a test run of it in Batman Hush. There's a scene where it looks like Jason has come back from the dead. And that he might have been Hush. And it's a red herring. It's Clayface. And all this stuff, but it turns out that maybe it was him, and he switched places with Clayface, so that when Batman caught him, he just assumed it was Clayface and let it go. What ended up being the explanation for it is going back to Crisis. At the very end of Crisis on Infinite Earths, some leftovers, we'll say, that didn't really have a place in continuity. Whatever the fuck your name is. Oh, I got over here. Oh, get fucked. Anyway, spammers get banished to the land of wind and shadows. The fucking bots. It completely derailed me. So anyway, Superboy Prime. Superman at Earth 2? Alexander Luthor, so from I think Earth 2 or 3, and Lois Lane from the same Superman, so Superman Prime or Superman Earth 2 or whatever. I think it's Earth 2. I may be wrong about which Earth. There were a lot of them. They were infinite. But they all got put into this like paradise crystal. Again, I said we're gonna get really comic booky. So what happened was this crystal allowed them to see the world. The new Earth or new universe. So it's a whole really. And Superboy Prime got so upset about how everybody was getting darker, meaner, more violent. He said, we sacrificed ourselves to give them a new universe, and this is how the heroes are evil. They're not heroes anymore. They're tortured, they're beat up, they're mean, they're dark, they're cynical. And so he gets really angry, and he punches the crystal, and in doing so, punched reality. So again, I told you very common. So when he punched reality, it actually cracked Jason's death, where Jason crawled out of his grave, completely unaware of who he was, because he was beaten with a crowbar, so he had major brain damage. Then he was blown up, so he wasn't all keen. He wanders about, kind of in a void, until he's found by Talia al Ghul. who sticks him in a Lazarus pit, which heals him, heals his brain damage. But, like the Lazarus pit does, makes you go a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, Jason, upon receiving all his memories and shit back, goes ape shit because he finds out that Batman never killed the Joker. Thinks that, hey, Joker fucking killed me, and you didn't kill him? Like, you didn't finally cross your line because the dude literally beat me to death with a crowbar and, blew me up with my mother? Like, you don't think this is that was warranting killing him? So he becomes the Red Hood, kind of as a fuck you to Batman, because that's how the Joker's original persona was, the Red Hood, before he was dumped in the chemicals. And so he gives that as a little bit of a, flip off to them, both Batman and Joker. And he becomes the Red Hood. It was a very violent, Punisher-y type character. Having been rescued by Talia al Ghul and spent some time in the shadows, and all that stuff, all that yumminess. So the comics, even just bringing him back with that crazy explanation took years. From the time they sort of, like I said, soft introduced it in Batman Hush to the time they actually brought in the Red Hood and then explained the Red Hood, it was years of storytelling. Did it. And to make it work, they literally had to have it take place over the course of years, going back to the death of the family. It has become, if I'm not mistaken, a little more convoluted since the New 52, but not 100. I'm not clear on that part, because I never bought too heavily into the New 52 before my basement flooded, and then I lost contract, I lost touch with where things were in continuity, and so I am a little lost from there. But I mean, the way the show has been, it's pretty much Jason quickly becomes the Red Hood. I mean, you do see him in the ads. You do see the moment where he gets beaten in the ads. So I'm not like really shocking. It all happens within the first 3 episodes, and he's already the Red Hood, and it's like, what? I don't know how to split it. It's just for someone like me that actually like I said, I liked Jason being dead for a long time. I really did. But when they finally brought them all back, and they brought it the way they did it, and they explained it, it's like, all right, you know what, you guys get it. You get an A for effort. You did a good job. Execution was a little wonky, but you did okay. And even if they did it in the way of the but they couldn't have, because again, it involves him, Batman, believing he's dead. Like they did but like dead for a while too. If they did it like they did in Arkham Knight. Okay, Arkham Knight. Again, it would work, but they didn't. So it's a little more. That also implied years of beating and torture and stuff to make him the way he did. And so it's just, I don't know. It's just like I hope they come up with a good explanation. It's only 3 episodes in, so I'm trying to give them a break, and they better find a way to do it right. Make it, explain how he goes from beaten to death by the Joker to out of the morgue the next day, basically, and then instant criminal mastermind. which is as they portrayed him in the show so far as out of character. So there's something, you know, they've got to explain something else. He's caused a bunch of chaos. I won't say what again. It's again, spoil in major. That's not been in the ads or whatever. So. My brush from here. I have no idea if I'm Okay, looks like I'm doing. Okay. I have no idea what the fuck happened there. In terms of bit rate, I have no bit rate. Okay. Ah, it doesn't matter anyway, because it's the end of the stream. Maybe it's like Twitch, like, wrap it up, idiot, you're stupid. Can't argue with them. Fucking computer work, I must be stupid. So, Wednesday night, keep chipping away at it. Not terrible progress. I would have liked to have been in here last night. Like I said, I couldn't do it. I was so exhausted. I was so... just not nerve yesterday. I mean, my hands are still sore from just the first attempt to fix the toilet. Because it really roughed me up trying to get the part that was broken out. And then trying to put the other one back in, and then trying to take it out again, because it's broken too. That'll be it. Oh, cool. I'm streaming now. Thanks, Stream Elements. I don't know what the fuck. Everyone have a good night. Put that off, because I don't need it anymore. So, here. Still breathe. Okay. Alright. Everyone have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday. Oh my god! Tornado! Tornado!